Yes. If Giovanni was telling the truth for that, see, I don't. Here's the thing. All I know is that my partner didn't have my back with what I like. We should have sat together, so Giovanni can serve as my only ex-partner. The only wrong thing he's done, you can sit back and go, but he's done this to you. He cheated on you. I'm like, oh, that's your projection. I don't care about cheating. I care that he lied about me. He wasn't. He wasn't. The only issue I had with Giovanni that needed to be resolved is that Gio, you told people you were a carer. You told lies about me to take time off work to cheat. And there was times when I was overseas, and that damaged my character and credibility. It's like, oh, so you're upset that he cheated? I'm like, I'm a male. I don't give a shit. All he had to do was say, you're not interested in fisting. Do you mind if I go off to a fisting party? I'm like, okay, sure. Do you mind if I go, do my thing? You know, like it didn't bother me. Like I'm not a female. Like that's the difference. That's the thing with gays. We're two men. All he had to do, he didn't have to go off and take time off work go on his apps and do it behind my back. But the lying about me, telling people that he had to be at home, like taking February and March off work was a bit of an overkill when I'm overseas, and then telling people I'm having all these episodes, telling people I was suicidal when I wasn't. There's a lot of wrong he did, like that. But that's all I find he did wrong. That's it. What other people say, oh yeah, but he did this. I'm like, that's what you think. That affects you, not me. I already said what the only thing that affects me. He was told to tell the truth, and he was told to tell the whole truth because he knows everything that I've just said in these videos is true. And he was told to have my back because I always looked out for him. When I met him, he had nothing, struggling in debt, and he lived for free. I let him drive my car. We went on holidays, everything I paid for. We had a good relationship with my mother didn't interfere. That was the only trouble. We had a really good relationship. My mum didn't like it because my mum only likes control. So because she was going to gain access to me when she wanted to, which that was me, not him, it was like, oh, Gio. It's like, oh, Justin always did this if it wasn't for Gio. It's like, no, I didn't. You used to say this when I was with John. So as every guy I've ever, it's like, oh, Justin would be like, he'll be up here doing this with me if it wasn't for John. No, I wouldn't. And Mary Mahowski, my mum's younger sister, she liked both John and both Gio. And I was fine with that. So did everyone. Like, oh, Giovanni's lied, he's done some horrible things, but, not having my back is the worst. Like, he could have stood up and said, okay, they've got information to do with his brother. I've been with Justin since 2008. This is what I've known. This is what I've seen in the family. This is what I've seen with Justin. He's gone back and studied. He's gone and worked, and he went and got a green card. That's all he had to do. He's like, well, hang on, I'm his partner. I watched Justin. He put himself back into work. He did that work with Steve. He was doing this. He went and got himself a green card to the US. He's now lost the green card to the US, and I won't ever apply for it again. And as for it, I didn't know Giovanni that well, and he, asked if his parents could stay at my place, and we'd only just really met. I'm like, sure, because I actually do adore his mum. I left a message on answer machine today. So can you please tell Gio to tell the truth? This has been a nightmare for 11 years. Because all I've ever heard from my mother is, it's not me, Justin, it's Giovanni. Giovanni's the one telling all this to all these organisations. He's the one calling them. He's the one saying this about you. He told us that you had a breakdown. He's the one that did this. He's the one. You're the one that let him take control of your life. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like, I was still living my life. So I don't know what. I have no idea why this went on in the last 11 years for starters. I'm still baffled. Yep, I had an injury in 2007 and in 2010, but I still went through my studies, was on a return to work, and got a green card to the US. Okay, so I have no idea. I'm baffled. Okay, I don't have any other ex-partner except for Gio. I don't date my fuck buddy flings. Thanks. Oh, hang on. Giovanni would say, but hang on. He was a fuck buddy fling. I'm like, yes, you were, Gio. You were a fuck buddy fling, which he was. However, I did tell Giovanni when he was sitting on the chair in the kitchen of Surrey Hills at my place when he came over one time, and he asked why I left John. I told him, and I said, I don't want a relationship. He knew I didn't want a relationship, and Giovanni kept pursuing it. And he kept pursuing it. And then he was staying over in 2009, and he brought his bags over, and then he stayed, and I was like, all right. He knew I didn't want a relationship, and he knew I loved my sports car more than my relationship. So then when I was distant, he knew I did not want a relationship. Giovanni started out as meeting, he was a fuck buddy fling. He wasn't like John Cabino where we met in a really nice way, we courted, and then I thought, okay, well, I'm dating other guys as well, you're dating other guys, do you want to be exclusive? That's not how Giovanni and I were. I mean, John Cabino, myself, I met him in Gowans on Oxford Street. Downstairs in the change room, I'm looking for a turtleneck sweater. He's there trying on underwear. Kim Davis, I think her name is, from Mossman, sitting on the chair at the front. She thought I was hitting on her because everyone always thinks I'm straight. He screams out that the underwear was too tight. And I said, so I yelled back. I said, Bobino montante, molto grande culo, hey, bellissimo, ciao bello mio, molto grande culo. I said that to John Cabino. That was the first words I ever said to him, because I used to speak Italian. I stopped speaking Italian after 2007 when I was mugged. And I've been speaking Italian, and Amanda could have confirmed this, because one time I walked into her classroom when she was at university and showing off, and everything I said, because I came and said I needed to speak to my sister, and when I saw her, everything I said was in Italian. I used to just show off about it. I've been speaking Italian I learned Italian properly since 1995. That wasn't really good Italian. Bombino montante, molto grande culo, bellissimo, ciao bello mio. Or compared to Italian, no poco. Okay, can you hear this? So these deadbeat junkies that walk past playing music, as you can hear, this one is, I've been getting blamed for this. Alright, so that guy as well. So literally, Housing Commission have been blaming me for that. So you heard that, okay? So the deadbeat scum workers in Housing Commission blame me for that. Literally, I've got a letter where they've been blaming me for that. For these junkies, for these deadbeat druggos and criminals. I've had a gutful. And I had a gutful for Housing Commission. So, yeah. And, hey, this is... What's so fucked up about this is, if you're having fuck buddy flings, it's not my... Pause what I was saying about John for a minute, because John was he was a good partner. I dumped him as well. Now, Johnny Totaro, the women that he slept with were all involved in all sorts of behaviour, but they were sex, not his wives. Not his wives. The fuck buddy flings, the prostitutes. The women that Andrew Palamo slept with behind Teresa's back. Teresa's lovely. I adore her. I mean, I'm looking at what scrubber, junkie, trash, drug-using prostitutes that Andrew Palamo was screwing around behind Teresa's back. And I'm looking at Teresa, who's off the Zumba, and thinking, fuck, man, she'll kill ya. She's like isn't she half Latin and half sort of, some Eastern European? I'm looking at Teresa, my old friend, Andrew Palamo's wife, going, Jesus Christ, man, she'll kill you. With the scrubbers you're screwing, like he was screwing around some junkie women. Now, here's the thing. In reality, no one would stand there and go, that straight man slept with these women that are all those women that are involved in drugs. So therefore, he must be involved in criminal behaviour. It's like, that's insane. They're prostitutes. So this is where it's discriminating against gay men. Because it's the same thing. If I'm sleeping with these guys that are just nothing more than prostitutes to me, free prostitutes, don't affiliate me with their behaviour. I'm just fucking them. The same as Johnny Totaro just fucks those women behind his wife's back. The same as Andrew Palamo was fucking those women behind his wife's back. By the way, thanks guys, because you were two mates of mine that didn't have my back. Thanks. Because I've always had loyalty to you bastards. It's the same thing. Why would you affiliate me with my free prostitute? I don't affiliate my straight mates with their prostitutes. Why do you affiliate me with it? Doesn't make any sense. That's just a free prostitute. That's not my partner. My partner at home, or I'm dating, or I'm in a long-term relationship with. Like I was in a long-term relationship with John Cabino, that's my ex-partner, and Giovanni Consalvo, that's my ex-partner. Those two men are my only ex-partners. I don't have any other ex-partners. I've dated guys, but they're my two ex-partners. They're the only two long-term relationships I've ever had in my life. I've not been, despite what Christy Charles, little scrubber, little cunt wants to say, they are my only ex-partners. Like I said, I met John Cabino. I was dating other guys at the time. We courted for a little bit. And then I was like, okay, do you want to go exclusive? I'll stop, dating other guys. Do you want to go exclusive? Because he was dating the guy from the restaurant. I think that guy might have been, his name might have been Daniel too. Little blonde. Oh, I thought it was too thin to eat something. Very blonde stick figure guy that was working at John's restaurant. Which I'm sure John's wife would remember. John's ex-wife, I should say. Lillian Cabino would know, because I'm sure she accused John of sleeping with him when they were together. Yeah, they were still, they were Lillian. So, yeah, I used to actually like Lillian, because both from suburban areas, like, she's from Parramatta. Actually, I did like Lillian a lot. We used to get along. She invited me to the school for the kids, what was it? Christmas pageant once. And we sat there the whole time. I thought it was hilarious. I'm going, how did you not know he was gay? Because John's a screaming queen. It's like, I did. I knew he was gay. Huh? Did you do good out of it? Yeah. So, yeah, I thought she was fantastic. John's ex-wife. Anyway. Yeah. See, you're judging, you're looking into my life for what? Judging. Oh, I mean, my ex-partner, John, was a fucking campus row of tents. He was screaming, you could hear the guy coming before you saw him. There's nothing masculine about him at all. Massive bottom. But yeah, and all my family would say, that's like, oh God, John was very camp. Like, no one expected him. That's like, but you were married? Your wife didn't know? It's like, oh no, she knew. Anyway. So don't start shit and lie about me and then drag me into your little bullshit scams. And there's always two sides to the story. And when you're someone like myself that doesn't have a decent mother or a decent family having my back, then I'm always the one that gets thrown under the bus. And that's a fact. My mother has an issue with my father, Mark Fleming, because my father, Mark Fleming, dumped her. That's basically the nut story, is that my dad divorced her and went with someone better. And my mother never dealt with it, so instead she takes it on me for my entire life, and she would never have my back. And she tells people bullshit stories and makes things worse. And this time, now you've done too much damage in the last 11 years. Yep. No, not now. Too much damage was done towards my life in the last 11 years, thanks. Yeah. I mean, there is, yeah. If you went and said, okay, the best life I ever had was in 2015 anyway. But if you said, okay, let's talk about like what happened in the past. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Can we talk about what's happened now? You destroyed my life since 2015. There is nothing in my life before 2015 that I would ever say comes close to the damage that you've caused since 2015. There is nothing. Not one thing in my life that I would... Like, Christy Child's mum's deadbeat sister's daughter goes, oh, yes, but this, and that was so traumatic. I'm like, for you, I find what I've just gone through in the last year to be more traumatic than... she goes, oh, your mum took you with a steer bar. And I'm like, and? You know what I've just gone through in the last fucking year because the fucking neighbour upstairs? That's more traumatic with the neighbour upstairs has done. She's a bit like this friggin' harassment I've got from them since moving in here. That's been more traumatic for me than mum chasing me with a stirrup. I'd still go and sit with my mum and have, I would, go and have lunch still at Watson's Bay like we did. And that's the thing. That's been more, the last 12 months in this building has been more traumatic than anything else before 2015. Everything that you could ever say, oh, but the trauma didn't start till after 2015. Oh, but when you're mugged after work, it's like, yeah, but the issues towards that didn't start till after 2015 either. Everything started after 2015. What caused it? Okay, a group of criminals that police didn't arrest is what caused it. I was getting harassed, stalked, privacy laws broken, monitored, surveillanced, confidentiality laws broken. Some Greek bitch that was told to fuck off in 2006 popped it up with all her criminal friends. You could not have done any. There is nothing before 2015 that warrants any damage to my life at all. You could not pinpoint. You could not. You could go. Oh, but what about that in your life? I'm like, oh, there's nothing before 2015 that's. Anyway, look at my life. What you've done to it since 2015, and look at what it was before you started lying about me on October 2015. It was perfect. I mean, I could only dream of having the life that I had in 2015. I can only dream of that now. It's a dream. It's like, oh my God, that was a dream. Like everything I worked hard for and I had it still there in 2015. It was amazing. Now it's been a nightmare since 2015. And that's the fact. It's a nightmare. Living a nightmare since 2015 because what you people, groups and organizations did.